The Bucks and the Suns, two teams that don't sound like natural rivals, do they? But they do have a unique shared history. It was a coin flip between these two teams more than 50 years ago that decided where the phenom known as Lew Alcindor would go. Lew Alcindor, we know him today as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Ben Jordan spoke with the man who owns the coin used in that coin toss that determined the Bucks' fate.
The Milwaukee Bucks' first season in the NBA produced dismal results, and back then, a coin flip decided who got the #1 overall draft pick between the two teams who finished at the bottom of their divisions. The 50-50 chance led to glory in Milwaukee and frustration in Phoenix. The year was 1969, and the Lew Alcindor sweepstakes was on. The 7-foot-tall big man coming out of college was bound to be the first pick in the draft.
He was maybe the first superstar in the NBA. I mean,
Bob Kennedy's late grandfather was the NBA's commissioner at the time, so he had the honor of flipping a coin that would ultimately flip a franchise.
clearly, it was the coin flip heard around the world at the time.
Eddie Doucette was the original voice of the Milwaukee Bucks, and he recalls the intense moments leading up to the high-stakes conference call.
It was a high state of anxiety, obviously, because you win, you go to the throne room, you lose, and you go to the outhouse. In so many words.
Former Suns owner Jerry Colangelo says he called Commissioner Walter Kennedy to ask if they could pick heads or tails. The Bucks agreed, and Colangelo polled his fan base for the big decision.
51.2% of the people who participated said call heads rather than tails.
The coin has come up tails.
The devastation seen on the faces of the Suns owner and head coach was met with cheers of joy on the other end of the line coming from Milwaukee.
The jubilation that emanated from that room at the time could have been heard all over Wisconsin, not just Milwaukee. I think outside the offices there on Wisconsin Avenue, the businesses around there were just shaking. It's kind of like an earthquake had taken place.
Alcindor would change his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and brought the Bucks their only championship just 2 years later. The coin that made it all possible hadn't seen daylight in decades until late last week. As the Bucks-Suns finals became a reality, Kennedy's family went looking through his grandfather's collectibles to find the hidden gem.
That we kind of rescued from his desk drawer. And she opened that thing, and sure enough, the first thing on the top was a 1964 Kennedy $50. And right next to that was a Milwaukee Bucks championship ring.
What does it mean to you to still own that piece of NBA history?
There aren't a lot of moments in NBA history that I think were so blatantly changed the trajectory of the league and of a team. So yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
A coin that helped a Milwaukee team searching for an identity become champions for the world to see. Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.